Hi, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see
So
you.
are you, sorry?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Good, thank you for coming. So how have you been?
I'm all right. Not doing much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so basically I'll start just by telling you a bit about this musicians in quarantine thing. I started this as a project for fun. Um, Actually I discovered you guys because of the Peptides, which is one of my favorite bands.
Nice.
And the first person I spoke to was Dee Dee, and we just did it, to see how quarantine is for them and just for fun. And then it just grew as a project. So I thought it was really interesting to help musicians because I'm a huge music fan. And so it just grew and it just helping support them, helping spread the word, helping
Sweet.
get them more sort of like a surrounding.
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends have discovered new bands. I've discovered new bands also throughout this whole thing.
Nice. Yeah.
So
It's
it's pretty
we
interesting.
we don't have that much going on right now, so it's definitely a nice service for us. So we appreciate it.
No problem.
And did you know that I don't know if I mentioned this to you when we were messaging, but did you know that Becky is singing on our new song, Rebecca Noel,
She's singing our new song?
on the birthday song? She's like singing the chorus.
No, I don't think I heard about
There.
that. She's like my all-time fave.
Yeah, well, I send like photos of you two together, and like I assume
Yeah.
since you're a fan of the Peptides that you would know her. So yeah,
Yeah. Oh, cool. I gotta check. I mean, I heard the song, but I didn't really hear the whole thing, so I
it's
gotta
kind of
check it.
like
You know.
she's kind of buried in there, but she's singing on the chorus. Yeah,
Nice. Cool. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. I
nice.
mean, the song I heard a bit of it because I've been so busy too. I've been doing all kinds of things, and I have so many friends who are coming out with new music, so I'm listening to bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna
It's
have to definitely.
we've been like we've kind of decided to put out a bunch of singles this year, and that was before all of this happened. But it kind of works out nicely because a lot of people are just like listening to music right now, like and looking for new stuff to listen to. So yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of worked out for us. Aside from that, we can't like play shows and promote new music that way. But yeah,
Yeah. But I feel like I've noticed that a lot of musicians have been putting out singles and starting to get some albums out there, and
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's nice to have still a bit of that going on.
for sure. And it's been a cool process. Like we did, the last single totally remotely. Like I didn't see anyone in the band face to face. We just like sent the tracks back and forth and did it all at our own house. And
Okay, this is the birthday one you're talking about?
yeah, yeah, and it kind of made
That
us
was a cool song.
realize that
Was
like,
it
it's
was
like,
someone's birthday? Was that why that?
yeah, yeah, we put it out on my birthday.
Oh, was your birthday? Cool.
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, it kind of made us realize that that was like something we could do, that we could just create
Yeah,
music remotely, and it was
yeah.
actually like way more efficient than trying to get everybody in the same room for like
Mm,
a bunch of sessions and
yeah.
stuff. So yeah, it's
I
cool.
was actually talking to one of my friends today. She lives in the Netherlands, the online friend thing,
Yeah.
and she told me like one of her favorite bands is the Pentatonics.
Hmm.
And she said that they just put out an EP called At Home, and they just all did it at home
Oh wow.
and then
But,
put it together. So I
yeah,
find that pretty interesting,
yeah.
how people are doing it now.
I mean, especially like most musicians have some kind of home recording setup now. It's like not that expensive
Yeah.
started. And I didn't really, and I still don't really have like a good recording setup, but like, and all I had to do was really just borrow like a microphone and like I have mics, but a good mic for like, a good record. And then I borrowed like a channel strip and that's pretty much all I needed. And the rest of my band has all their stuff together. So I was like, wow, we should definitely do this more often.
So cool. It's so interesting how everyone's finding different ways to do things now.
Yeah, yeah. And it was a great,
Yeah.
like, it was an amazing kind of way to like other than Kalen, the keyboard player in our band, everyone else has kind of been sitting around like waiting for stuff to do, right? And Kalen's been playing on a lot of gospel tracks and stuff, which is great. But this was this was kind of a way to get people creatively involved in something when it's been like 2 months of not really doing much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's really cool. Have you been doing any live stream music shows or, because I see a lot of musicians have been performing on Instagram Live and Facebook Live and all that.
Yeah, I did a couple like near the beginning, like in March, and then I moved to my sister's place for a month to kind of help them out, and just was like, it was hectic. Like, so she has a 3-year-old and she's pregnant and she's running her own business, and her my
Okay.
my brother-in-law broke his ankle, so I was there kind of like being a nanny. So I
All
didn't
over
do
the place, yeah.
yeah, so I didn't do any streaming for like a month, and then we put out this song. But yeah, I mean, I should do more. I know like if you can get like really good audio quality, it's a pretty amazing opportunity to like perform, and people seem to like watching them. So
Yeah, especially at the beginning when this first started, I noticed there were a lot, and I was watching like every night. There was something I was watching. Now I feel like not as much. I mean, still they're doing them, but I feel like when it first started, it's like, okay, we got to keep everyone busy, you know, because we all thought it wasn't gonna last so long. We
yeah,
just started this whole thing. But I feel like now it's just like it's just dragging on. It's like we want to get back to life, you know?
yeah. I don't know. For me, like I was never big into like live stream performing, but it's definitely. I mean, I know as I'm saying this is definitely something I should do more of. So maybe maybe this will be the kick in the pants to get going. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I spoke to a few other people who said the same thing. They're like, I haven't done really much live streams and all that, but you know what? I think you got me into it now, and we're gonna do more. I saw a
Yeah.
couple of the bands already doing a few more, so.
There's something weird to me. Like I love like I play on my own all the time. There's something weird to me about like like let's say I have like 30 people watching live stream, like finishing a song and like there being silence and no like energy exchange.
It's all that like that applause that's missing, right?
Yeah, but you know what? They send the
Yeah.
applause emoji reaction, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But no, like I don't know. For me, like with performing, it's a big like energy exchange, and that's what I love about it. And
It's the whole room. You really feel the whole room
yeah,
going. Yeah.
and it's like a conversation between an audience and a performer that's happening through the music and through the vibe and the energy. So
Mm-hmm.
like I miss that a little bit with the live streaming thing, and as an audience member, I miss it a little bit too,
Yeah.
admittedly. But yeah, I mean, I should probably just get over that.
Yeah. I've never actually been a performer, but I've been to many, many shows. Like, I'm a huge concert goer,
Yeah,
and I just feel like you feel it in the room, like
for
you
sure.
feel it. So
Have you ever
I get it.
have you ever been to a show where you just like don't really feel it, and it's kind of like the whole energy's like off?
Only when, like, let's say I go to a concert and the opening band is not like my thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? But most of the time when I go to a show of something that I want to see, I feel it's pretty good.
nice. Yeah, I find
Yeah.
sometimes if like sometimes the audience as a performer, sometimes the audience is like not giving it back, and I don't know if it's because our performance maybe is like a little off that day or something. But I've had a few experiences where like I get off stage and I'm like I like wasn't really getting it tonight. Like I wasn't getting that like that exchange. And I don't really know what that is. Obviously, if the room's not really full, it's hard to get that like
Yeah.
collective energy, but even sometimes with like a really busy night, I'll be like, there's something different about tonight. I don't really know what it
Yeah.
is, but yeah,
Yeah. So definitely way different than having just on the live stream though. That too.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also want to ask you, the name of the band,
Yeah.
how did that come up?
So that's my last name, Harea. So
Okay.
I'm Alex Harea. And yeah, I mean, it's just like I started this project with my buddy Mike in like first year university, like 7 years ago or 8 years ago or something like that. And I kind of explained it to him as just like, well, I'm like writing this music already, and I was already performing on my own. And I was like, I'd like to keep the project like under my name if I can, and kind of build on
Yeah.
that. I always kind of wanted it to be like a collective type of effort where I didn't like if we formed a band with 4 guys or girls or whatever.
Mhm.
I didn't want to feel like we were tied to that formation. I wanted it to like have the freedom to evolve and for me to like change directions and all that with as I grow as a musician. So for me, it was kind of important to like keep it not like as a solo project, but to keep like my name in the project and to make sure that like I had the freedom to like change things as we go. And honestly, like the style of music and the lineup, like the musicians have changed a lot in the past few years. So
So how long have you guys been around for?
like I said, I guess I started the project with Mike and our friend Andrew, like probably like 8 years ago or 7 years ago, I think
Okay.
7 years. But I mean, the way that the way that it is now with the musicians we have now and kind of the style we're playing has only been like 2 years. And then before that, there was like 2 years where we had kind of different musicians playing with us, and we were a little bit more like poppy. Now we're a little more like on the uh,
Okay.
funk and kind of like R&B side. So I mean, it just evolves and changes as we go. But yeah, the
Is there
project
any reason why it changed, or
I
it just
just
happened?
we're just growing, you know. Like for me, like I grow as a songwriter and I change the way I write,
Hmm.
and I change a lot. Like my tastes change a little bit. So I was younger.
Yeah.
I was like 20, 21 when I first started. this group, and I had kind of like these songs that I liked, and then like as I grew up a little bit and as I learned more about music and about myself, my tastes changed, and it's just evolving, you know. The same thing with like any artist. If you look at their discography,
Yeah.
there's usually quite like an arc of different styles that come out, right?
So like who like your music influences, like who would they be?
Um, Definitely Bruno Mars is a big influence of mine.
Nice.
Like currently, Justin Timberlake. Um, I am a big Anderson .Paak fan. Um, and then, you know, like a lot of the classic kind of soul artists. I listened to a lot of like Marvin Gaye when I was younger, a lot of Al Green. Um, yeah, and then I'm a big hip hop fan, so I like am not a rapper obviously and
Hmm.
will be, but a lot of musical devices that come from hip hop I'm like a huge fan of.
Yeah.
Like the rhythmic devices and kind of the crossover between jazz and hip hop and R&B is a big thing for me. So I think all of those like, you know, growing up in the 90s listening to like boy bands and like getting into like emo bands when I was like 13, like all of these things
Hmm.
go into like what we
Yeah.
made,
It's
right?
like me, like everyone asks me, what's your favorite type of music? And I don't have a favorite.
Hmm.
I listen to everything. Like I even listen to country. I've listened to jazz. I've listened to like rock, rap. Like I can't say like a specific, you know.
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm such a huge fan of music that I've practically been into everything, and
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It's definitely like an energy thing. It's not as much a genre. Like
yeah.
so, like
It's
there's
what you feel, how you feel. Yeah.
yeah, and there's like definitely like an aesthetic that I like. That like you know if you listen to like whatever my liked songs on Spotify or something, like you'll notice there's like similarities across what I like, but it's not genre specific. It's more like it's like vibes and like I'm really into like backbeat and like mid-tempo songs. Like I tend not to listen to like hype music. I tend to listen to kind of like mid-tempo, like you know that kind of like backbeat R&B, like hip hop feel is like in a present in a lot of the music I listen to. So for me, it's more about like vibes versus genres.
Yeah.
Because I do love a lot of country music too, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, even some EDM music I'm kind of into. Yeah, it all kind of depends. But I think
Cool. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. It's the
and
feel and
yeah, and I think
the
being a musician,
feels.
like you want to be like I'm inspired by music. That's my biggest inspiration is listening to other music. You know what I mean? So I like I think musicians tend to have a bigger like uh, not bandwidth, but a bigger kind of spread of stuff that they enjoy. And like you know, non-musicians maybe might be a little bit more like I like country music, like I'm a country.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know any musicians who are like I only listen to this type of music. You know what I mean? I don't
No.
really a
Well,
thing.
like I said, I'm not a musician. I'm just like a huge fan of music.
Yeah.
And yeah, music has gotten me through a lot also. I had a lot of like depression and all that in the past, and I have a lot of anxiety too.
Right.
And just listening to music just calms me down, makes me feel good.
For sure.
And even like specific artists, like it's not the specific genre, it's the artist too that makes me feel good or the type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a lot of artists that just get to me, the peptides.
Do you think
Yeah,
it's because do you connect these artists to like
I
moments?
connect with them also like almost as friends.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like there's that extra to it.
Yeah.
But I also am a huge fan of Lady Gaga,
Nice.
and I just got her new album. So it really it depends. It's not just like because like Lady Gaga, I'm not really like friends with, but you know, it's just the feel and like a lot of her lyrics. And when I've been to her shows, she makes a lot of speeches who related to me a lot also.
Right. Right.
So it's just
Yeah.
the feeling, you know, the feels again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, music is pretty
Yeah,
powerful in that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice. Um, I also want to ask you, I know this quarantine has been dragging out a lot now and stuff, but I mean, now we're more free to do a few more things than just stay stuck at home, right? Like a few things are starting to open and all that.
Yeah.
Um, so two questions. First of all, back in the day when we were like stuck at home, how were you keeping busy apart from music?
Oh, apart from music,
Yeah.
cooking. I'm really into food. Um, Video games. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, put in some good hours on that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I was going for. I mean, I still am. I think a lot of people gained an appreciation for going for walks.
Yes, it's just
I
like
feel
you
like
can't go
everybody,
anywhere, so just get out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody now is like, I go for walks all the time because it's like that's
Yeah.
what we did. Yeah, but mostly like food, like cooking and video games. But I did play a lot of music. I like basically took the chance to like get more into production. So I got like Ableton Live 10 had like a big, I think it was like a 60-day or 90-day free trial, and I just like dug pretty deep into that and put in hours every day and learned how to kind of create some electronic music and create some backing tracks for songs I was writing and stuff like that. So it was more music than anything. Oh, and
Yeah.
too, I was like, I mean, I've always been into sports and health and wellness, and I was doing like a lot of home workouts and yoga and stuff like that.
Nice. Well, I actually just recently graduated. Not really much of a graduation, but I just
Yeah.
finished my program, let's say.
Yeah, yeah.
I was studying, I don't know if they have the program outside of Quebec, because I'm in Quebec. It's called special care counseling, so it's like in the helping profession.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to work with kids with special needs and learning disabilities. And so now I just finished an internship with, like in a school. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now is I'm looking for a job in that. And I'm working part-time with a teenager at her house now. So now that we're able to do a few things, I got a part-time job, which I'm doing that.
Nice.
So it's nice to actually get out a bit, you know, and
For sure, yeah. I am also,
it's really rewarding.
yeah, I also am, like, I work as a tennis coach, like, as my day job.
Oh, cool.
And I just, like, I'm now in my second week back at being able to teach again, which is, like,
Yeah,
great, obviously, for money, but also for, like, it's a pretty good job. It's pretty fun.
yeah.
And it gets me active and gets me outside. So after 3 months of, like, not being able to do much, that was pretty nice, both financially and for, like, mental health. Just,
Yeah. So yeah, that was my second question that I wanted to ask. Now that things are starting to open, like how do you feel about it? And so it's kind of like it's
yeah,
nice that like we've had a few people over, you know, we've gone out a bit and
yeah,
I
I'm not,
haven't been to stores and stuff like too much.
yeah, I'm not, like, I'm keeping a pretty small circle of people who I'm getting close
Same.
to. And, yeah, so not really seeing, like, my friends, like, the band hasn't been together yet.
Yeah.
Basically, like, whoever I see at work and my partner, and that's pretty much it. Mostly for the safety of, like, my employees and stuff, because if anybody gets sick at work, it's very complicated, right?
Yeah.
Has to kind of shut down for a while.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed a few patios this week, which has been
Yeah.
nice, and feeling a little safer, like going into stores and stuff. But still masking up whenever I'm in an indoor space, and
Yeah, same.
that's
Well, I mean, I'm
going to be
working
the reality for a while.
when I'm working with the girl, when I'm at her house or when we're outside walking in the street, we're not really masked up, but we have been to stores and stuff. So at that point, we'll put a mask on, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
But at the house,
it's
we don't
weird.
really need. It's like I'm just with the family, and it's three of them, so I don't find it's like that bad to not wear a mask. But
Yeah,
we keep our distance, like we're not too close, you know.
right. To be honest, Ottawa's like doing pretty well in
Yeah,
terms of like cases and stuff, but we still need to be careful. Like, I don't know, it's a weird time, and like no one really knows anything about what's going on, to be honest. Even like experts are like, well, shit's changing every day. It's
I
like,
know, I
yeah,
know.
so it's weird, and for me, like, I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac in general, and this type of situation, like, I'm not like super social where I'm like, oh, I miss all my friends. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'll like,
Well, I actually can relate to that. Like I'm not like on normal time, I'm not always out with friends. My mom would like go out, do something, you
yeah,
know. And I'm not always out. But now that I do things here and there, you know. But now that I've been stuck at home, I'm like, I want to go out. I want
yeah,
to see a few of my friends, you know.
yeah.
So it's not like I want to do it every day, but it's just like I miss my friends. I miss being out, you know.
I do miss like the community. I miss the music community, like going out to shows and like
Yes,
I'm not,
agreed.
to be honest, and I don't. Nobody takes this the wrong way. Like I'm not like a big concert goer, but I do love like going to shows for the reason of like seeing people in the community, like friends of mine and stuff, and
Yeah.
just making an appearance and like seeing them and chatting with them and like having a few drinks. Like I like the community a lot.
Like I
And
said, I have a lot of friends who are in the music scene, so you know, like I end up at a lot of shows just because of that.
yeah,
So
yeah. So I do miss that. That's probably in terms of social activities the biggest thing I miss,
yeah,
aside from playing with the band, obviously. But
yeah.
yeah,
My last show was February 22nd, so it's like February, March, April, May, just 5 months now, right?
pretty good
And
though.
I
You
just
made
like,
you made it close to the end. It was pretty good.
Oh, and I'm just like a couple of months, I'm like, I need to go to a show. But I'm really glad I did what I did because the show that I went to, I was actually in Ottawa. I went to see Rebecca's other band, Commotions.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to see them at the end of February, and 2 weeks later was the lockdown. So I'm just really glad I ended up doing that, because if not, it would have been since December.
Yeah, we had a show booked. I think it was March 6th at Black Sheep Inn with Black Denim. We had like a double bill. And
Oh, that's
yeah,
with Crystalina, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, she's great.
yeah. I went to
She's
school with
another
her.
one. She's great.
I've known her for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, she even has sang on a couple of our. We use like live tracks in our live show, and she's got her vocals in there.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah, yeah.
She's great.
But we had to cancel that, which sucked. That would have been a great show,
Yeah.
but probably we got to the point where we didn't have to cancel it, but we were like, no.
But that was right at the beginning. Things
Yeah.
shut down the week after, so.
And we were like, nobody's gonna want to go out right now. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be going to shows at
You kind of
work.
did it more for the people because it was like probably gonna be no one there and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Makes
hopefully there's all these like drive-in shows going on now. We had one booked that got canceled actually. We had a Canada Day drive-in thing booked. And
Oh no! The weirdest thing for me that got canceled was my online graduation.
That got canceled?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Probably postponed. I don't know what my school is doing, but we had it and then they canceled it.
Seems like that would have been the safe thing to do.
I don't know. I mean, it was strange because they were gonna wait to do it in person. Then they said, you know what, we're gonna do the graduation online. We're gonna, we'll do it online. At least we'll get it done. We'll be together because who knows when it's gonna happen. And now they said, okay, we're gonna cancel it. We're gonna postpone it. We don't know what we're gonna do. So then I heard it might be online, but with the whole school. Then they were saying that we're gonna do it in person at the school with everyone. The school has no idea.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has any idea. I'm like even up in the air about my like work come the fall because I actually work at Carleton University.
Okay.
So like if the university decides that the athletic facilities are non-essential or whatever, then like we'll see what happens with my life.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like even me, when I started my one-on-one job, my parents were driving me the first couple of days because we don't want you to take public transit, all that. We'll drive you, But then on this Monday was my first time taking the bus and the subway, and it was just, I didn't even know where to buy my ticket because it was so different how they had things set up.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It was a bit strange, but now that I know what to do, I'll be okay for like the next couple of days.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Really weird.
I admittedly would feel uncomfortable in public transit right now, but that's just because I just don't.
Well, like I said, I have anxiety and all that, so I didn't know what to do. But now that I did it once, when I do it once, then I'm okay,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, did you want to perform a song?
Sure. I saw you did like a poll for me to play the birthday one, but to be honest, like I feel like that's a hard song for me to play on my own.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll play Mess With Me, which is like the single we put out in February. And it's on like every streaming platform people want to see it, and then they can find the birthday song, the recording.
No problem.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a tricky one for me to play, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can play this. We put this song out in February, like right before everything got locked down, I guess, and yeah, we did it with we featured Aspects on it. Have you ever seen Aspects perform?
I don't think so, no.
He does a lot of live streams with his daughter. She's really cute. She's like, I don't know, 12, maybe 13, and she's like a powerhouse singer, and they do all these live.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's cool. So he's like this like do it all like rapper, guitar player, singer guy.
Oh, cool.
So he wrote a verse. I'll like rap his verse, but obviously
cool.
I don't do it as well as him. Cool. So something like this. Put on quite a show. I need to know, do you want to go fast? Or take it slow? We'll get high and keep it up so we don't get too low. So see your eyes cross the room, and I'll be making the mind soon. But we're fading out. Break my heart, don't mess with me. You're playing these games of misery. I I'll paint you like a masterpiece. I don't need a brush, I got the beat. Hey, dance now, home with me. Break it on down on my knees. Please now, humor me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. I sing it, ooh, la 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 la. Hey, dance with me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. I sing it, ooh, la 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 la. Hey, dance with me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. What do you know? You got my heart and you're running to the door. You wanna go? When you were mine, you had it bumping in and out of time. So you love. And when you say you had enough, was it me or is it us? Well, who knew? It's just you. I'm gonna take it to the left. When I make you say I'm the best, well, I try. I won't lie. See your eyes across the room, and I'll be making the mind soon. But we're fading out. Break my heart, don't mess with me. You're playing these games of misery. I'll paint you like a masterpiece. I don't need a brush, I got the beat. So you dance now, over me. Break it on down on my knees. Please now, you break my heart, don't mess with me. You sing it, ooh, la 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 la. Hey, dance with me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. You sing it, ooh, la 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 la. Hey, dance with me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. To the left, to the right, we can all do it, we can all get high. To the left, to the right, come on, dance, we can go and do it all night. Yeah, to the left, to the right, we can all do it, we can all get high. To the left, to the right, come on, dance, we can go and do it all night. Yeah, to the break of dawn, we could do it longer. Shake it, baby, make it go and do that conga. Could do it faster, could do it harder. We can do anything that you want. Don't break my heart and don't mess with me. Come a little bit closer, come next to me, and I'll paint you just like a masterpiece. So bring it on back, shake that ass for me, like break my heart, don't mess with me. You're playing these games with misery. I'll paint you like a masterpiece. Don't need a brush, I got the beat. Come on, dance now, home with me. Break it on down and harmonies. Please down, you and me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. You see it, ooh, la 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 la. Hey, dance with me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. You see it, ooh, la 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 la. Hey, dance with me. Break my heart, don't mess with me. Something like that.
Woo! Here's the claps. 'Cause I know it feels awkward without it, right?
Do the clapping emoji. Oh, I don't know.
That was cool. That was really catchy.
Thanks. Yeah, I like that song a lot. That's not the vibe of the record at all. People can go listen on Spotify.
What's it called again, the song?
It's called Mess With Me.
Okay.
And it's
Really
like
cool.
very like, it's like a dance track, but kind of works nice on the acoustic too, so.
I could feel it. I was just like bouncing along,
Yeah. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah.
Do you guys ever play Montreal?
Yeah, we have. We don't do honestly we don't do as well in Montreal as Toronto. I think I just have more connections there with like venues and people. Yeah, we played Montreal 3 times,
Okay.
and 2 of the venues we played are now closed.
Which ones?
Le KGB, I think.
Oh,
Was one.
right. Yeah.
And I don't remember the name of the other one, but we played a place called La Soternia, which is like the basement of Salad Rosa.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like a weird, like very strange venue, but it was awesome. It's like a
Yeah.
basement. It's almost like the basement of a community center. It's just like a room, and
Huh.
they just pile people in there, and it was like a super like
Interesting.
DIY show. And then we played some other bar. I don't remember what it's called. That was a weird one. But it's just because I don't know, like, Toronto, I just know the venues and I know people there, and it's easier to make the shows happen. But I'd love to play in Montreal. Is easier to get to for us.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Just
I love,
wondering because Toronto's far.
yeah, and I love Montreal. Honestly, like, I'd much rather spend time in Montreal than Toronto
Nice
too.
city. Yeah. Well, if you're ever in Montreal playing, I'll do my best to be there.
Yeah,
Sometimes I travel to Ottawa to see the others, right? So if it ever happens that there's another show happening together,
yeah. When
that'd be cool.
did you see us when we played with them at Babylon with Peptides? Is that the show you were at?
No, I wasn't able to make it that time. I don't remember why. I wanted to. I had something, I think, I don't know. Could have been
No.
related to school,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
I really wanted to.
we played 2 shows with the Peptides like that week. We did one in Toronto and one at Babylon, and then we've done a couple with the Commotions and stuff. So you probably caught.
Really? Also with the Commotions?
Yeah, we did one in December 2018 with the
Okay.
Commotions, and then and that was awesome. It was with actually I think no, it was the Commotions and the Lionels. That was the lineup. It was awesome.
You know,
Yeah, you know the Lionels? They're really good.
no,
You should check them
just
out.
check them out.
You might like
Yeah.
them.
Cool. Yeah, so I do often, well, quite often try to get my way to Ottawa to see them. So if it ever happens, or if you're here, I'll definitely.
Well, if concerts ever happen again,
Yeah, that too.
then
Let's not say that. Let's say, you know,
when the concerts happen,
when. Yeah,
that's it. We'll keep
exactly.
the positive messages going out to the universe to make it happen.
Yeah. It might take a while, but I'm sure at some point.
Yeah, I'm not honestly, as much as I love performing and live music is my life, I'm not in any rush. Let's keep people
Yeah.
safe. Yeah.
I feel like everyone's in a rush. I feel like it's so nice to actually hear someone say, "I'm not in a rush to get out there." I feel like I'm not the only one anymore.
I don't know. Let's keep our friends and family safe.
Yeah, that's it.
For me, that's more important than
Definitely.
performing as much as, like I said, I love it. But yeah,
Yeah, for sure. So keep safe.
I will try my best.
Healthy.
Yeah, thanks for chatting with me today. I
It
appreciate
was really fun. Thank you for joining.
it. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like maybe we have met in person before, but I'm not even sure.
I'm not sure, actually. I mean, I am at a lot of their shows, so if you're ever at their shows, I mean, clearly.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I mean, I recognize you, but maybe it's just from.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
It was great to it was great to virtually meet you if we haven't met.
Yeah, and hopefully we can meet in person sometime soon.
Yeah, soon whenever it happens. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, good luck with everything, and until the next time.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
All right, have a great evening.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye.